do, what it do. Yeah. Hey. Come on. What up, though? Y'all know what it is. It's your boy Dagger, a.k.a. Royal Jangles, a.k.a. the Bud Like Motherfucking King. And I'm lit and live in a place to be. And you are now tuning in to Oh My Motherfucking Mama. Who I got to my right?
You know what it is, man. It's your man, Young C.I.T.Y. Sending me inspiration to you, a.k.a. Plan of the Hour. Come on. You digs me.
Oh, you ain't gonna do the cool swerve like lemonade and all that?
Hold on. Shut up. I ice some water. Trying to stay cool.
Man, I wasn't doing what it do, man. Oh, we got in the building though.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Y'all know I'm shy.
You gotta put the headphones on.
Do I? She said I didn't have to put them on.
No, you gotta put them on.
Oh my God! Now if my wig come off now, y'all gonna have to buy me another wig because I don't appreciate.
The wig come off, it gotta be put back on and replaced. We gotta do that.
Okay, fine.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Who we got over there?
Camille Paige. Bring it back up some. You said bring it up some? Okay.
Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi everybody. My name is Camille Paige, and I am most known for being a R&B singer and songwriter.
And she's a songwriter, so y'all already know if y'all need to get some trying to put some vocals down, y'all know who to come to. Camille Paige, man, she gonna get you together.
Man, so Camille Paige been so long.
Man, it's your fault. It's been like a decade almost. That's crazy.
This starting to sound like yesterday. Everything your fault.
Yeah, pretty much. See, that's how y'all. Yeah, y'all know. I ain't lying.
She said it immediately.
Yes, it's your fault. 7 years it's been?
7, yeah.
I didn't even know who he was.
God, I had, she was on Hogan Vaughn show. He was like, man, you know your sis? She like, I'm like, you know what?
I didn't know.
And then we end up talking after that. She was like, man, it's been so long. Like, God, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Because I thought you went and left and moved everything. And you been
Because you left me. See how you do? It's okay though. It's okay.
So you leave people.
Yep.
You steal tires.
What?
Oh yeah.
Oh
Amazing.
Lord.
With him and Rick. Him and Rick was going at it. This nigga that stole the spare tire.
See, you can't be stealing people's tires now.
See what happened was he
Come
gave it
on
to him,
now.
and he just never got it back. Few days.
What's that?
I'm gonna pray for y'all. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just go ahead and pray for y'all.
Man, I'm talking about we had a good time though yesterday, man. Shout out to everybody that was in the building yesterday with us, man.
Most definitely.
Man, we went to like what, 9, 10 o'clock?
Yeah.
It was on the
Oh, y'all was in here late.
Yeah. It was on well, somebody tell the bit this nigga here said he was an hour late.
Hold on, first off.
To his own show. It started at 6.
I believe
we
it.
got at 7.
I believe
and then
it.
we went to like 10.
But see, she know what happened. She know.
But no, shout out to City in the building. Now we had some traffic.
I'm blessed to be here.
Absolutely.
Amen.
It's definitely.
Amen to that.
It's not, as they say, what's the saying? I'm gonna come back to it. I'm not saying you.
So, what we do, as you can see, we get real dangerous on this show.
I see, but it ain't nothing to a Detroit girl. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing to a Detroit
I already
girl.
seen you over there tapping in when you heard, oh my.
Listen, that's my song. Now y'all took me a little back. I had to get it together though.
So it matched the dynamic of our show though. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was like, we definitely gotta cook up just like that. So every Saturday, that's how we start the show. And then we got Fridays, the before party. And then earlier at 3 is activated sounds, make it crazy too. So that whole weekend thing just goes so crazy. Because normally we do the before party, then we got karaoke Fridays, and that's from 10 until, but the government opened us back up yet.
Right.
So that when it opened up, what's going down, you're gonna really see how we get down.
That's what's up.
You be the whole next day like crazy.
Absolutely. And you gotta try the Royale wings, you know what I'm saying?
Royale
wings.
Oh, y'all in the food industry and everything. Get it in.
Coming soon. What are your wings and things? Y'all just keep tapping into my page. Y'all see me on there. I be cooking it up. So it's definitely going down. What's up, Sid? Let's get it.
So Camille Paige.
Yes, city.
How you been?
I've been good for the most part. Definitely blessed. It ain't all sunshine and rainbows over here, but I'm good.
You look good.
Thank you. I appreciate that so much. And you guys look great as well. Especially City came in here with the blazer.
This nigga didn't give me the dress code memo or nothing. He came in this flying shit. All you was missing was the tie, nigga.
I come in every something different.
Man, this nigga came here too smooth for school. I'm trying to tell you.
He fly though. He fly. He
I'm
good.
like, why I got some fly ass blazers and shit too. I could blaze it up too. Shoot. I look like a old dumb boy.
It's tax season.
What? See, now I think you a tax preparer. Fucking city like you do everything.
So, last time, there's so much.
Take your time.
Let's start from the beginning.
Oh Lord, now you trying to cram 7 years? How you gonna cram 7 years in what, an hour? We'll try to see how this goes. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Just the highlights.
Okay.
Tweeter.
Oh Lord. Oh, you done took it all the way back.
Oh, yeah. Tweeter the Diva was her.
What?
That was your
No. Tweeter was.
Wait. No, I know.
Okay.
I just wanted to see.
No. Okay, so what happened was when I was younger, and y'all know I got, a really small, high-pitched voice, just naturally. So people, I guess it reminded people of a bird, like especially when I sing, like, oh, I'm a little tweeter, so I just kind of latched on to that. And other people added the diva on, and I just put it in a song. But I never really saw myself as a diva.
Well, going off that, her voice is phenomenal. It's crazy.
Thank you, CD.
We was trying to get the song playing, but we're gonna try to get that
Yeah, we're
going. Before we out of here.
We're gonna get it going.
How did you even get the song? That's what I want to know.
Remember Truth?
He sent it to you?
Yeah.
When?
It was on the mixtape.
Say what now?
Spinning Rotation, the mixtape, volume 1.
So my song was on the mixtape? I didn't even know that. See, and you ain't, what type of friend are you, City? What type of friend are you? I didn't even know. See? No, he didn't tell me nothing. I'm gonna bop him upside.
He seen like 3 artists fired, and he was one of them.
So this had to be.
I love this song.
This had to be a long time ago.
Well, I can't hear none of it. I can't hear none of it.
Oh, this song is crazy. It's on the CD.
You
That's
know
how
what?
long is it? A CD.
Right, don't nobody even listen to CDs no more.
You know what? I was just thinking about that. Like, I got a CD player in my car, and I don't think I'm putting out one CD.
Nope. Spotify and Apple Music that took over.
I really don't even listen to the radio like that or nothing. Only when I'm like driving like real cars and like off the head or whatever.
Yeah,
I listen
it's
to
albums and shit like
but
that.
I still don't listen to like if I had like your songs in my phone, I would rather play my phone connect to the car.
Me too.
I don't
Yeah.
see but I was just asking my wife the other day. I said, hey, why don't people buy CDs though?
Cause everything's digital. Y'all identity.
So what's
y'all identity about to be digital. So in a minute.
The point right now was making like a album and putting it on the CD, the archive.
Just for
Keepsake. Yeah, to say you got it. Cause in a minute, CDs and cassettes and all that stuff is cassettes are pretty much done away with, but CDs are about to be obsolete. So if you have a CD, it might be worth a grip in the.
You know what's so crazy about that? Because even the DJs, like when you go to perform, they want some shit on a flash drive.
Yeah, I told you.
And they gonna shake his head like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
I'm a little
and in a minute, it's gonna be to a point where they not gonna want it if it's not on like an official platform.
Yeah.
So they ain't rocking with nothing tangible.
That's true. My wife speaks very highly of that all the time.
Speaking on that, while we doing this, you have any music on in y'all?
I do. That y'all can play?
We can get it.
Y'all really want to play my music?
I gotta hear you.
Why? Y'all could just go on my website, CamillePaige.com. It's there.
Well, we gonna go on the page and take the music off. And we gonna play it loud because the people want to know.
Well,
I've been telling everybody like, yeah, she a phenomenal singer.
thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. CamillePaige.
Then we got one of the hottest producers in the building right now.
Uh-huh.
Rock is definitely in the building. You know what I'm saying? And videographer. He ain't
I see he cold with it.
Yeah, he ain't playing.
I didn't.
They know who Rock Media is.
Yeah.
Shout out to Rock Media.
He is in the building right now. You know what I'm saying? And he getting some videography going for us. You know what I'm saying? We about to start working. That's
Yes.
my family right here. You know what I'm saying?
So I
These some dope photos.
My website?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Shout out to Maurice, Donna Reese on Instagram. He took my photos.
That's dope.
And I actually edited them.
You on Apple Music?
I am on Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify, pretty much all the major outlets.
That's what's up. So, do you still do it?
No, and that's what I was telling City on the phone yesterday. I haven't done music. I haven't recorded a song, written a song in over a year now. And even prior to me releasing my most recent single, I hadn't really had a desire to do music like that, really. Which just feels really weird to say. Cause it's just it's just a lot. I don't really want to get all too deep into that, but it's just a lot, you know, that goes on spiritually with me as it pertains to music, and what I thought I wanted ain't really what I want, if that makes sense. I know that's real vague, but as y'all ask questions, I'll answer.
So to go into deeper within that.
Yeah.
Because you went through a whole thing where you was like everywhere. Music, you did your own concert. I was there. You
that was so long ago. That was what, 2012, right? 2013.
Yeah, it's right that time, yeah.
13.
12, 13.
One of those. Yeah, we go back, City. That is crazy. Hey, you hear me? You hear me?
Off the bat.
He is not gonna. Listen, he is not.
If you give him a spare, he is not giving.
He is not about to let you live this spare tire situation down, City. Look what you done did.
He should have never, ever had Rich in the building talk about this.
Goodness gracious, leave people.
Look, I swear to God, I told my wife, I said, baby, if where the spare tire at, I'm putting a boot on the spare tire. Nope, he cannot borrow it. He got a boot on it.
Leave people tires alone, City. Okay, we just gonna leave that right
Stay
there.
away from the whole.
It's still on the car. I'm saying.
That's a shame.
So I just pulled up your song on iTunes,
Honest, yes. That's my most recent.
I like that cover on there too.
You do?
The cover that you got.
Wait a minute, which one? Cause it's two covers
It's the
now.
one I think you got Honest over your audio.
Yes, I like that one too.
Yeah.
So how long? Okay, so I know you was doing music before, because now you obviously saying that you don't do it now. So how long have you been in the music industry?
Ooh, well, okay. I've been doing music since I was 5. I wrote my first song at 5. I was singing at 3. But I didn't start working with, like, you know, Grammy nominated people and, you know, Grammy winners until, I want to say 2010 or something like that. Shout out to Kenny Hickson. Shout out to Duran Goff. Shout out to Russell Davis. Shout out to, because I love them guys. So, I want to say around
You went far.
somewhere like that.
A deep career.
I'm telling you, she went crazy.
I was alright, you know.
She said, I was
I
Come on, Grammy nominated.
I didn't get no Grammy. I don't have no Grammy.
I mean, you was dealing with.
I did a showcase.
So I mean, you was close. You know what I'm saying?
I need to showcase
There's
that.
people that's waiting right now.
Yeah, that's true.
Get that close.
That's true. Yeah.
But dang, she like, yeah.
That's why we gonna go deep into this.
Yeah, because it just seemed like, you know what I'm saying, with the music industry, and I know how rough it is. Because a lot of people don't know until they get that far.
Right, until you
know what I'm
start
saying?
walking in
Because
the doors.
Us as artists, we think doing a lot of these just clubs in your own town is the shit. You know what I'm saying? And they don't understand. Like, once you go mainstream or you get close to going mainstream, you start being aware of a lot of different stuff that goes on.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Whole lot.
Oh, I know. I've been to.
Listen, you ain't even gotta say nothing. You don't even have to say a word.
Like, wow,
This is what it is. Yeah.
Oh, but it's more? Oh, I don't know if I can even take more.
No, absolutely
This
not.
already is.
Much.
Ooh.
It's a lot.
So, you know what I'm saying? I could definitely understand it.
Yeah.
Feel your shoes that you walking in when it comes to the music, because it's dangerous.
Well, that's refreshing. That's very refreshing because I'm usually talking to people who are on the outside looking in, or people who have absolutely no idea about what goes, you know, the inner workings of the industry and how it relates or how closely interconnected it is with spirituality and stuff. It's just like, it's refreshing that you know, and I don't have to really go
I tell
there.
everybody,
You know?
every time I see them in this industry, the
We
best
try
way to
to
go is to stay independent. Not go sign any damn contracts. You don't know what the fuck you reading, because you just thinking about them zeros and all that shit that ain't even yours either.
People do anything for money, man. And then sometimes they still, even when you even having someone as caring as you, who cares enough to warn them, they'll go anyway, and then
It happens all
end
the
up in
time.
a situation and be
You know what I'm
stuck, like stuck.
So it's best when you do figure out what's going on, because you definitely have a strong mind of your own to figure this thing out.
Yes,
To
yes.
Make that decision. And if your mind is telling you this shit ain't right, 99% of the time that shit ain't right.
Right.
Get out now.
We was
Yeah.
talking about that yesterday. Go with your first one.
Go with your first mind.
If you question
Don't ever
it,
second guess it. Once you second guess it, you had already trapped yourself.
When you question
It's
it,
true.
you know it's something.
You know what
It's
I'm
something to it.
So I can tell that you went through some shit.
I didn't even know that y'all, like, see, that's because City abandoned me. I didn't even know that y'all was, you know, knowing what y'all know, but
Yeah, we popular.
glory to God.
Amen.
Amen.
Hottest radio stations in the
See,
in
now
Michigan.
I'm embarrassed
You know what I'm saying?
because I feel like I should know these things. You know what I'm saying? But it's okay.
But if
We
you
gonna
have
get
to look
into
like
it.
that, how would you?
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't follow it.
No more
Thank
and
you.
Doing all that stuff.
Thank
know what I'm
you,
saying?
'cause
How
I
would you?
don't.
Because to be honest, you should become an educator in this.
Me?
Educate these people because you've been there.
Everybody,
You know what I'm saying? So-
everybody keeps saying
So
that.
everybody keeps
Y'all want me
saying
to
it,
be a
guess what?
teacher
Guess
so
what?
bad.
Guess what? If everybody keeps saying
That's what Mo saying.
it gotta be something
That's what Mo
you
said.
know what I'm saying? For real. Because a lot of people don't know. And that's why we letting our youth and our youngins that do got the hot buzzers and stuff like that go out here and make the wrong decisions with these contracts and everything. You know what I'm saying? You that have been there will be able to lead them right.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Even if you don't give them everything, you can at least break it down. You know what I'm saying? Because I know dealing with certain things, a lot of people don't want to relive that shit. It seems like when you talk about it a lot, you start reliving.
You about to make me cry because
You know
y'all
what I'm
don't
saying?
even understand how deep. Y'all really just
I
have
just
no.
feel it, you know what I'm
Y'all
saying?
don't
I
have
can
no
feel it because
idea.
I'm a person that have been there, and that's what I'm trying to do now. That's why me and my wife, you know, we
Shout out
use
to your
this,
wife.
This platform because we try to educate. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
We try to majorly educate everybody in this music shit because we've been here.
Right.
We've been the ones that spent millions and millions of dollars that we didn't even have. We was hustling. You know what I'm saying? And they was taking it from us.
Every
You know
dime.
what I'm saying?
Every
dime.
single dime.
But
Even when you
but
die, they
it
still
really,
getting your money.
It really does take money to make money. But then sometimes nowadays it ain't even about the art. Like everybody losing the art when it comes to this music. People just talking. It's a lot of this and this and that and that.
It
The
sounds
beef
good.
area. Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
It sounds good. Put it out like that.
So you know what I'm saying? And now they got all these different type of 360 deals, and everybody looking at. They not looking at the fine print. They looking at the money. They ready to see the money. So if I
Right.
come to you and say, "Yeah, I'm saying you hit $1 million up front," you gonna sign? You
Yeah.
don't even try to read
Not even know what you getting into
I got $1 million, nigga. We going through the
You gotta
pandemic.
start that, and you
understand that
Yeah.
they just signed their whole life.
Whole
You know what I'm
life.
saying? Because even if you sign for 5-6 years in a contract and you didn't really read, you can get federally bucked in 5-6 years, bro. To where your name become nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So you just gotta watch what you're doing.
It happened
Like I
to
said,
Mr. What was it, Ross? Right?
Yeah.
He had to change his
Had to
name
change his
because
whole name.
yeah, people don't read. People don't read.
Exactly.
That's why, and what the Bible say, people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. It ain't not the drugs, not the women, not the cocaine, not the this, not the that. It's because you lack knowledge. If you knew better, you would do better. If you knew better, you would do better.
The message be right there.
Mm-hmm.
It be right there, be point blank in their face. But they can't
we
see
get
it, they
blind.
can't hear it. All they see, they not woke. That's what I tell people. Like, you're not woke until you able to. Everything comes with a message. The shit you watch on TV, the shit you read.
It's programming.
everything got- Exactly.
It's programming.
And they pretty much they put it out there to you, but they know we all what they say. We all done. We done.
Yeah, that's why you
They don't
said.
get this. They ain't gonna get the real pictures, but when they're paid for it.
And they raising their hands to it
Absolutely.
and feeding it to their kids,
Absolutely.
and they wonder why their kids
about it.
is going
Think about
crazy and
And
don't.
that's
Think about all the clothing,
people like
all the fashion designers.
Nipsey Hussle. The reason why he died because he started putting knowledge out there trying to
Absolutely,
understand.
absolutely, and they came for his ass like no,
And
no,
they're like,
no,
oh,
no,
you doing too
because
much.
he gonna put it out there to where everybody can understand.
You was in your lane. Now you get out your lane. Even with dealing with the doctor, what's his name? Huh?
Savvy.
Yeah, we're dealing with that. You know what I'm saying? You put too much out there. You know what I'm saying? Like they got a cure for HIV and all this shit. And that was some of the shit that he was putting out, even with certain things.
Y'all see everything.
And
Shit, our president had, or our ex-president had corona for 2 days. And got rid of
It
it.
wasn't 2 days, was it?
It was 2 days. He was back in a press conference.
I don't be all stuck
Right
on
after
the
he
news.
The
covered
first
the
day,
court.
what you talking about?
Was it
the
the
first
first
day? The first day he did a press conference. He felt good.
He was supposedly had corona.
And that was
You already
and
know.
to me, that was a publicity.
He didn't go through no
Possibly,
13
yeah.
day nothing.
You gotta
He
think
didn't
about it.
quarantine
They
for
said he
nothing.
had it, and after that he was still
What?
Right.
like
And
you
then
up
he
like this, like bro, everybody can't even get up, but
as
you
if he had the
He
cure.
was able to walk around people. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, I agree with Sid. It was a whole publicity stunt.
Absolutely.
He
That's
Ain't no way in there.
It's a
I was
it's
cussing
election
off of
time.
that.
Look, I'm back good. You should believe in me and feel bad that I almost died, but I'm here. But now I'm about to give you this cure. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But see, that's why we need more
Cure.
people like you. We need more people like you in the world to educate. You know what I'm saying? It don't just let it be wasted on the minds that don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because we really need to know these type of things. So any type of information that I feel like I have inside me and I can help someone. You know what I'm saying? I can. Because they lack the information or lack the knowledge.
The resistance for me though comes from the fact that a lot of people don't want the truth,
They don't.
and I'm not about to fight you to try to save you.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what
gotta
I'm saying?
actually want it.
You have to
Because
want,
everybody
yeah.
think they know every fucking thing.
And they
like,
don't.
You be looking at them like, you ain't never.
yeah, you gotta have an open mind.
Yeah, you gotta have
A
an
lot of
open
people just like, what? You think you got the answers now?
So yeah, it's
like,
different
well,
ways
it's
to
like,
structure
whoa.
it to them. So I understand it. You know what I'm
Especially when
saying?
people get on defensive mode, it's like,
Yeah.
Yes, no, I ain't
you
want
know
to
what?
talk.
I don't even need to talk to you no more.
If you feel like this is your way of going with it, go ahead about it.
This is
Yeah.
the reason
I'ma
why
still
we
be
need-
here.
We need each other. So, because we are people that have an open mind. We ain't
Absolutely.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, so what we talking about? I'm talking about some music before we go a little bit further. Why don't we play that music?
The honest.
Oh goodness.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just want to hear it. I want people to hear it. So can you introduce it for them? Is we already queued up? I want to we queued up.
Nah, you introduce it, City. Since you want it.
Don't steal it. She just wants you to introduce it. He gonna be like, you know what it is? It's Young C.I.T.Y. and my girl Camille.
Ladies and gentlemen.
He is going in on you right now.
For your entertainment. Shout out to Camille Paige, aka Sweet. No diva.
Tweet no diva.
Sweet, but still bad as a diva. Shout out to her new song.
Let's get it, man. Y'all know what it is. It's your boy Dagger. Y'all not tuned in to On My Mama. We about to hear what you want me to say, Camille Paige, or you want me to say
Camille Paige.
There we go. Camille Paige and her song Honest. Let's get it.
It is cute.
See? Because y'all ain't supposed to be playing the song. That's why. Oh, y'all done got it to work. Thank you. Thank you.
I seen a whole.
She had fun with that one.
I seen a whole BET video.
Dog, it's like,
hey,
dog.
I seen Rock going crazy on that. Like,
I seen
with the dancers.
I said dancers in the background.
Y'all silly. Royal, you are silly.
I seen him do the whole thing.
I ain't do all that. I just gave him a little flick. You know what I'm saying?
She was trying to get her motherfucking Sasha Ferris on.
Wait a minute. Hold on. No. Ain't no Sasha Fierce going on over here. No, that's that other. No, that's that other.
Yeah, Sasha Fierce. That's the Illuminati, ain't it?
Oh Lord, Royal, don't I don't talk about no Illuminati, man.
Ain't no, they better not ever come to me with that shit. I'm telling y'all, niggas, fucked up. Y'all do some fucked up ass shit. All three of y'all.
So hearing this music.
What about
this
it?
is most definitely your voice is amazing. It's cool.
Thank you, sweetie. I appreciate
like you
it.
said, it's most definitely an industry like crazy.
Where
I gotta have a moment.
this nigga gotta have a moment.
He is so extra. He don't need no moment. Come on, y'all. It ain't even all.
Is it the
So when was that recorded?
That was recorded in I want to say 2018, but we released it in 2019.
Who produced it?
I was gonna ask the same thing.
One of my absolute favorite producers in the world, Duran Goff, produced that record. Shout out again to Duran Goff. He's amazing. He's an amazing individual.
That shit was crazy.
Super dope.
That's what's up. Yeah, that was dope.
Mm-hmm.
And
It was so crispy.
Thank you.
when you did that song, was your intentions of building because you left away from music for a minute?
You mean before or after? Cause like,
You left away music to do that song because you was gone for a minute. You say you dropped it in 2018, right?
no, we recorded it. We recorded it here in Detroit. Well, actually, technically Southfield. We recorded it.
Southfield?
No, not the disc. I can't think right now.
Mix Factory?
Yes.
Mix Factory?
Yes.
Just over there with Ivy and them.
Yeah.
Ivy, yeah.
Man, I was rocking with IV back when he was at North. What is it? Right across from Northland.
Greenfield Plaza.
Greenfield Plaza. Yeah, thank you. I don't know why I can't think of nothing right now. That's
So you know dub music then?
huh?
You know dub music?
Dub music?
Yeah. You know about dub?
I don't think so. I probably would know him if I seen him. Probably.
That's what's up.
So yeah, it's been a while, CD. It's been a while. We recorded that in 2018, and I went through some stuff, and I was like, "To hell with all of this."
And that's what I'm saying, because you went through something before then, which we like to touch on now, because like you said, you did last time you did your concert was in 2013.
Yep, 2013.
And with that going on, after that you disappeared. You went off the face of the earth. You got to the point where the news was, you was all on the news.
You saw the news when I was on the news?
And you was missing.
But you ain't even reach out to me.
I did.
You did? Okay.
Yeah, when you came back, you was like, everything good.
Everything
you were
good,
alive.
yeah.
So they said you were missing?
I was missing. But this is the thing. People started making up rumors. The rumors that I heard when I came back to my family was just absurd. The craziest thing that I heard was that somebody said that I said I was abducted by aliens. That's crazy. I'm like, when did I say this? That's crazy. That was.
So was you
that whole
missing
situation
by choice?
I ran away.
Oh,
Yeah.
so by choice.
Yeah, I ran away. Yeah, I did.
What was the reason for that?
Because I was dealing with spiritual warfare, believe it or not, on a level that I didn't even know existed. Like when people talk about angels and demons, some people believe it, but I think most of us, we can't really relate to that reality because it's intangible. We usually don't see it, and when we are seeing it, we don't know that we're seeing it. So, but yeah, I was going through spiritual warfare. I had, seen things and had been confronted by an actual interdimensional being in my bedroom one night and scared the I don't mean to cuss, but it literally scared the hell out of me. And I didn't sleep in my room for like 2 years after that. I put a dent in my grandma's couch in the living room because I refused to sleep in my room, and I wasn't about to sleep in the basement. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, yeah, I lost my friends. I lost the guy that I was crushing on at that time. I lost him because of a lot of the things that was going on. So it was a really tough time, and I just didn't want to fight that fight, and so I ran away from home because when the supernatural activity and stuff started popping off, my grandmother, she didn't know what to think. In her mind, I just lost my mind. You know, I was crazy. She hadn't seen what I had seen, and you know everything. So I went to a mental institution and everything. Like they just drugged me with all type of drugs. They wouldn't even release me from the hospital until I took the drugs, which to me was just like crazy. And I was going through the night that I ran away.
Sorry. People need to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't, like you said, they rebel against actually knowing and seeing. They don't think it's a problem. So that's why a lot of people indulge in like drinking and smoking, trying to run away from the problem, to ease the pain. And they don't understand that she really went through this. Like, this is real. This is not crazy. But they call it that, and that's why they dope you up and do all that crazy shit. You're not crazy.
Yeah, so that's why I ran away from home, because I knew my grandmother. First of all, she's a retired registered nurse. You know, she's in that world where it's like, okay, medicine is gonna help, and I'm like, no, this is not psychosis. I know what I saw.
You take it away. It's just like medicine is like you said, like alcohol, drugs. It's a drug. So like my brother would tell you, I was going through some shit. I'm fighting my brothers because I'm drinking alcohol and I'm fighting my demons. You know what I'm saying?
But when people say they fighting their demons, I don't. More often than not, they don't take it at face value. People really, literally, be fighting demons. I mean, to the point where I'm sorry to hear that. But yeah, so I ran away because I knew what my grandma was gonna want to do. She was gonna want me to go back to the hospital, and y'all ain't seen crazy until you go to a mental hospital. And it is not. I'm not making light of it. It's not funny because the people really be suffering in there. It'd be a lot. It really is it's a battle. You understand? For the mind. The battlefield is in the mind.
The only thing that I got against the institutions that do institutionalize the people that go in there is the medication. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been put on medication before, and it wasn't a good battle, man. Like, it was supposed to help me, you know, but it didn't. It actually did some other things. The side effects. It helped with what it was supposed to cure.
Oh my goodness. Royal. I was just thinking about this yesterday. The medicine, listen, y'all, they had me over the course of, like, from the time I started having these supernatural experiences to, I want to say, last year, I've been on at least 5 different medications.
Wow.
At minimum. And
that's not good.
It's not good.
It's not good when you think of that. Think about taking 5 different drinks. Think about smoking 5 different
you gonna be.
Think about doing 5 different drugs.
If you,
they gonna hit different. They all gonna hit different. Even if they both hear this and that. Your mind is like a machine. It don't know what the fuck to do.
I did that. I ate 4 full cakes and slices of edible. And remember I told you I shot that video smooth.
If you wasn't crazy before the medication, you definitely gonna be a little messed up after the
medication. And this shit is fucked up. On New Year's, remember I told you, I said, nigga, I drank all that liquor and everything. I drank tequila, white, dark, everything. I was just fucked up. My sis said, you walked in with your pants on. Why your pants on the porch in the next morning? Why was my pants on the porch? I was looking for my pants the whole time.
You was high. Stay off the drugs, City.
He said he did 5 different drinks. That's what I'm saying.
And a drink. Don't do that. Don't do that because guess what?
Different whites.
So now you trying to figure out what happened.
Tequila, and you would think that all I drank was white liquor. It don't matter about the color, nigga. It's the whole concept of all that shit.
But it goes so deep as, you know how people like, I didn't know that I killed the person.
It do.
Until after the fact.
You putting the plot together. You know what I'm saying? You go back and like, damn, I was drinking. You know you was here.
But look, let's take it a step further.
Now you building your own fucking story.
It's a reason why they call strong drink, right? Spirits. Because you are yielding your physicality to the control of spirits. But people don't be putting it together. You know, they think everything is just ha ha he he. Everything is all fun and games until you end up in the hands of the devil and you done either killed somebody or somebody done killed you, and by that time it's too late.
They don't even say liquor, it say spirits.
It say spirits on it.
Beer, wine, spirits.
Spirits, yes.
You let him control you, he definitely has
He's
the power
definitely
to control
gonna,
you.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He get deep inside people's soul just the way God do. You gotta think the devil was one of his angels.
Absolutely.
So he knew how to be good. He just rebelled against it. So he wanted to be a leader and a king of himself, and that's why he tried to take over. So
But
what
you
do
know
he do?
what's
He
so
come for
crazy?
God's children. And look at this right now.
Yeah.
Look
You know
at
what's so
this.
crazy?
She fought with it, and she is here today to speak about it. So
By
guess
the
what?
grace of
She
God.
overcame it.
The grace of
The
God
grace of God,
alone.
bro.
Because I could have been dead. I should have been dead a long time ago. And not even at the hands of the spirits that I was fighting against at that time. The warfare got so bad that I wanted to kill myself.
That's how I lost my brother.
Oh my goodness.
Depression.
Depression.
I
Yeah.
remember you did
Go ahead, City.
I remember when you went live. You was missing. You came back, and you went live. And I think you was in the bathroom, and you was speaking about you moving forward with music, and you like, I think I'm just be done with this. And you was talking about like things was moving. Like you was in the bathroom or something moving in the bathroom.
You saw that video?
Yeah, I was live with you while you was doing it.
Facebook wasn't live back then. They didn't have Facebook Live back then. So what happened was I was just so frustrated with all of the ridicule, because a lot of people ridiculed me and talked about me and just dragged me through the mud. I mean, if you just go back to that year, pretty much everybody was talking about me.
Back then you did have to record yourself before you posted.
Yeah, we didn't have live back then, and so I was just frustrated because I was in a situation where I was trying to be obedient to God, but I was being obedient to God, but nobody could see what was really. Nobody was in the room when I was confronted by the interdimensional being. Nobody was in the room when I saw my laptop move on its own, like shaking on its own. We in Detroit. We not in California. We don't have earthquakes here. So what could possibly logically or scientifically be the cause of me seeing something like that? You know what I'm saying? Nobody was in the room when I was seeing objects or witnessing the teleportation of objects in my home. Nobody was there but me. And that's what I was telling Mo. At least Mo, when he had his experience, his supernatural experience with his friend, he had somebody who could vouch for him and say, I saw what he saw. I didn't have that. So it was me literally following the steps and the guidance of the Lord,
You know, it's so
against
crazy
what
that you
people
just said
thought
that.
was going on. And so in that video, it was me and my videographer Kamari, and I was just venting because we both had experienced so much spiritual warfare up until that point, and I just was at my breaking point because I knew how crazy I looked. You know, all I wanted to do was sing at that time. That's all I wanted to do. That's all I had been doing my entire life, was pursuing music. And then now I got, stuff moving in my house and, interdimensional beings coming to me and stuff. And so when we were in the bathroom, yeah, it actually manifested on camera. And because the bottle that was moving on camera was behind me, I didn't see it. And Kamari, although the camera looks like he's right up in my face, he's actually further away than it appears. So that might explain why I guess he didn't notice it either. But I didn't notice that it was supernatural activity in the video until it was actually uploaded to YouTube. And I lost it. I was literally watching it back, you know. And I noticed it move, and I played it back like 3 times before I just screamed at the top of my lungs.
It's crazy because I don't want to lose this. It's crazy that you talking about what happened with you, and that's some true shit. You know what I'm saying? Because if y'all never seen, I need everybody to go on Netflix and watch this movie. It's called Collateral Beauty. And everything that you're talking about right now, it happened in that movie.
Yeah.
Collateral Beauty?
It's called Collateral Beauty. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good movie.
And it's deep, just like what you're saying right now. I swear, go and look at it. You're going to be like,
it's going to fuck your mind.
It's going to fuck your mind now, because the same stuff you're talking about right now that happened with you, it happened.
When did the movie come out?
I want to say is that a 2018 movie? I think it is. I think it's 2018.
So they basically made a movie out of my life?
Listen.
It came out.
It's gonna bless you out.
Years for sure.
That's crazy. And it's so crazy, City, because you mentioned when I went missing and I was on the news and everything. And not long after that, I want to say maybe like a year after that, people was inboxing me like, oh, they made a movie about your life and da-da-da. I'm not saying that it's Collateral Beauty. I'm not saying that it's...
I swear, I just recently watched it, and it blew my mind. You know what I'm saying? It's coming from some... You know what I'm saying? Looking back on what I just dealt with my little brother, you know what I'm saying? And he wrote about those things that you're talking about.
He wrote about his
he
battling with it.
You know
I'm so sorry to hear that.
He killed his wife first, and then he killed himself. You know what I'm saying?
But see, this is the thing, and this is another reason. Thank you for bringing that up, Royal, because this is, and I was telling one of my friends this. This is another reason why I didn't want to talk about my experience and my bout with depression, because one of the common misconceptions when it comes to people who deal with depression is that they are, they want to harm other people. And more often than not, that's not the case. Especially with me. Like, I wouldn't harm a fly. You know what I'm saying? I've been in multiple situations where I wanted to do things to people and had every right, okay, to do so, but I chose not to because I know who I am and I know who my father is, and that's just not, you know, that's not what you do. Life is precious. But I said that to say that a lot of people think that people who deal with depression are, what do you call it when you want to murder somebody? No, when they think we're homicidal, not suicidal. And my depression is always intertwined with suicidal. I mean, I be low to the point where my prayer is literally this: Lord, if you're ready to take me now, you can do so. Amen. And I go to sleep. And I be mad in that moment. I really be just upset and torn apart that he woke me up again here. It's that bad. And so I completely relate with your brother. And I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that he didn't make it. Because it's hard.
It definitely is.
It's hard. I fought that fight. And it gets to a point where the demonic activity is not even, it's of none effect because the devil done got you in a position where you want to take your own self out. Exactly. He don't have to do nothing to you. You know what I'm saying? So I get it.
Exactly. And, you know, just reading, because he wrote 2 letters before he even took himself. He really was fighting. Like, he was turning over a new leaf. God had finally stepped in and tried to take control, but the devil had a hold on him for so long that he wasn't himself at all. Like, he wanted everything that he already had and didn't know it because it wasn't right there in his face. You know what I'm saying? And I'll never forget the day that I finally was able to read the letters, how he was saying, like, I went to God. But when he went to God, he felt like it was too late because he had already committed one of the worst sins of the world, which was murder. You know what I'm saying? And then he had no choice. He felt like he had no choice but to do the same thing to himself.
But that's a lie. And the reason why I can say that's a lie is because I know who God is. And the devil tried to get me with that same, you know, I'm a murderer too. I'm a 3-time murderer. Okay? 3-time murderer. Adulterer. I used to be a liar. Cheater. All of that. And so the enemy uses your mistakes against you to say, you know, you gonna be done with anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So,
a lot of people don't understand that they already committed.
right.
Already committed.
But you can't believe that you can't believe that voice in your mind because
You
that's
definitely can't believe that.
God's.
If you come to God, He ain't gonna forgive you right then and there. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We were born in sin. That's just what it is.
But we don't have to
know
commit.
exactly what
We don't
know.
have to
Exactly.
commit
We don't
to
have
sin.
commit to sin.
Right. All of us
So that's where I
battle
was
with
getting.
sin. But when the problem, the devil really gets a hold when you make a lifestyle out of sin. You know what I'm saying? And so.
Which I've been around.
Which I wanted to touch on. Do you feel that your music was a stronger influence into being intertwined with the things that you was going through?
No, more than anything, so I found out that some of my family members had been involved in witchcraft, which I had never knew. And you know, people who are practitioners of witchcraft, their collateral damage is the family. So when people are making pacts with demons in the kingdom of darkness, the collateral is the children, the bloodline. That's why they call it blood contracts. People are literally signing blood contracts to get fame and to get money and to get this and to get that, not knowing.
I signed my name in blood.
They be telling you. I just saw a video of Lil Uzi Vert talking about, yeah, man, I'm going to hell, but I guess y'all going with me. Let's go. And everybody like, yeah. And I'm like, what the hell is wrong with y'all? And the parents, let me tell you why. The parents are okay with it. That's why the devil can come in and do what he want to do with your children and your household and your marriage, because you're not playing the role that you're supposed to play.
Can I pause you for a second?
Sure.
That's exactly what I'm talking about, because me and my brother, before he died, we were beefing. And the reason why we were beefing with each other is because he did a video where he died at the end. And I was pissed. I was super pissed. I'm like, and all he can say is, what are you talking about, bro? It's a sweet song, and it's just entertainment. I'm like, no, motherfucker, that's not entertainment. I don't want to see shit about you dying. You way talented enough to not die in nothing you do. Okay, I see actors do it every day. I do. I get it. But you ain't no fucking actor. You know what I'm saying? Then period. I couldn't stomach it. So
it's a lot.
It was a lot for me to swallow. Everybody else like, man, don't be mad, oh man, you did a video. And I'm like, no. And I went off on the motherfucker who shot the video. He a big Detroit videographer.
But see, this is the thing,
like,
though.
And guess what the videographer, he said, man, you want to know something? I shot a lot of people that do that shit. But when he wanted to do it, I cussed him out, bro. I told him I didn't
What
want
are
to
you
shoot.
doing? Yeah.
But he was so headstrong. He wanted to do it. And he like, well, man, I mean, he paid me and he paid for what he wanted to do. I felt bad. You know what I'm saying? Doing it, but at the end of the day, I'm just following my craft. So if that's what he want me to shoot, he paid for it. But I'm in my head
And
like,
he told
it
the
was all
truth.
wrong.
He did it because of the dollar.
Absolutely.
People sell their soul.
Absolutely.
People don't understand that you are not human beings. You are spiritual beings, okay?
There you go.
Passing through a physical realm. And if we have consequences in this world from the time you're born all the way up until the time you die, what make you think that it stop after you die? Science is confirming the Bible because they're saying that everything came from nothing, which is literally what the Bible says. In the beginning, God created everything.
And the earth was without form.
And the earth was without form or void. So now science is telling you, yeah, basically there's something after this. Because what science doesn't explain is the intangibles of life, your emotions. Right? It doesn't explain that. It doesn't explain morality. right? Where does the laws of morality come from? We're quick to jump to the laws of physics and the laws of gravity, but we have laws of morality. And how do we know that to be true? Because we walk around every day talking about this is wrong and that is wrong. So how do you know what's wrong? Because to Hitler, killing the Jews was right. So is he right or you wrong?
Because you could be wrong.
If you got your own truth, and I got my own truth, which one of our truth is the truth? You know what I'm saying? So truth, that's why I was telling Mo, truth is objective, not subjective, meaning I don't get to determine what's good and what's bad. There has to be a standard of goodness for us to be able to say raping a little girl is wrong. But you got a whole LGBTQ community that's about to add the P on the end for pedophiles, because just like a man can say he was born a woman, a man can say he was born having sexual desires for a little boy. So I want you to stand up and say that LGBTQ and homosexuality is the right way to go when they trying to have sex with your 3-year-old daughter. It's deep, but people don't get it. They don't get it. But guess what? God, let me tell you about God. God is so loving, and people like to indict God all the time. Well, if it was a guy, why he let rape go on and why he let da-da-da. You got to understand that what has happened to this world started in Genesis, okay? And before man fell, angels fell. And because they couldn't smack God in his face, the only thing they could do was get to his children. Y'all don't understand that the devil hates you because you are the very image and likeness of his glory.
That's why we are.
But they know that they can get you with the dollar because they make it so hard for you to make a living and be something of yourself the righteous way. Everybody.
God fed his whole cavalry with one loaf of bread, and look what we do. We wouldn't even give a piece of bread. How hard do we fight for food? You see what I'm saying? So she is, man.
You know your shit
on some real shit, because we as people, we need to hear this. You know what I'm saying? This is way deeper than anything.
Everything is understanding.
Absolutely.
Understanding. Mm-hmm. It's not no right or wrong, it's understanding.
Understanding.
And you take in what you receive. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why this world is pretty much a test, because God knows that we are stronger than what we think we are.
But City, you gotta be careful though when you say there is no right and wrong. There is a right and wrong. Absolutely. If that wasn't so, we wouldn't have an entire judicial system. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't have police out here.
It gets to a point where it's a choice.
It's a choice.
That's the one thing that.
But let me ask you something, City. How would the world be if everything was right? If everything was right now. Because we look at it every day. Why is we broke? It's millions of dollars being printed every day.
If we look at everything as right, it would never be no wrong. Why would it be police? Why would it be crime? Why would it be anything?
That's what I'm saying. So if everything was right, do you think how you think this world would be able to move?
I think that's where she hit where she said emotions. Emotions brings in the choice of right or wrong. Your emotions shows you that when you feel pain and you feel love. You know where you can, oh my God, people get married. This is the best day of my life because I'm spending it with the person of my life. Mm-hmm. To seeing a death and say, oh my God,
I'm hurt.
Yes,
that's wrong.
It's levels to it.
But everything is this, and I have to minister to myself a lot because it's not often that I experience depression, but when I do experience it, it's bad. It's bad, like just unexplainable, really. And so, but I said that to say that I have to remind myself that, you know, God is still in control and everything is purposed by design. If God didn't love you as much as he actually does, he wouldn't let any of us do anything. But what type of God would he be if he forced us to follow after his way? He's not a dictator. He's a father. And you're either going to obey him or not. And he gives you that opportunity. He gives you that opportunity.
I think that was the one thing that, even from the beginning, Adam and Eve, he gave us a choice in the beginning.
In the beginning.
When he put it in the position of a serpent.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? To a point where I tell you what's right. And we even go through this even to this day. You grow up and your parents, they say that's not what you need to do. And you do it and then you get something you do something wrong. I say this is wrong to do. Don't do that, and you do it anyway. And you find out yourself, damn, that was wrong for me to do.
Absolutely.
But what happened was, like just like the serpent at the beginning of anything. What happens? He comes to
not to bite that apple.
He comes to what's the three things he deceive.
Still kill, destroy.
Still kill. There you go. I'm like,
You're struggling. I got you.
You know, the 1738.
I got you.
PSOP. You didn't. But it comes to that point where you have a decision. You have a choice.
You have a choice. Yes,
and
you
that's
do.
the one thing that God gave us. We have the ability to have a choice. I can say when we was talking about the death, I can kill somebody, and you can look like me. Why would you kill that man? You were terrible. And then this man right here next to me can be like, that was something that needed to be done because he was raping all the fucking women in the fucking neighborhood and nobody caught him. And we knew what was going on. Nobody took. And then he went to court and beat the fucking court case and said, and he walked out for the happen. And the person that shot him, he said that was something that needed to be done. That was right.
To them, it was right, but God said you don't have that authority to execute.
So
you know what I'm
is
saying?
it good to say that percentage wise is pretty much right or wrong is based on percentage?
Right and wrong is based on God. God is the very definition of morality. And so we have to compare our morality to him because we didn't invent morality. We either follow or we don't follow. And that goes back to the objective and subjective ideology or perception of right and wrong or morality that we were talking about earlier. Because like I said, you know, if morality is subjective, which is what a lot of people in this world would have you to believe, like the atheists, okay, they say nobody's right and wrong. We're just molecular molecules in motion. There is no God. We're a product of evolution. Well, if that's the case, then why do we get punished for chemical reactions that's going on in our brain? If what atheists believe to be true about the world and how it came to be and how we evolved from rocks, because that's basically what they're telling you. We evolved from rocks. So before there was rocks, there was the Big Bang. Millions upon billions of years after the rocks came, somehow they developed lungs and breasts and eyeballs. And I don't know how they come to that conclusion. Okay? No knock to the atheists. I'm just saying these are the most logical people, the most intelligent people supposed to be on the planet. But a lot of the way that they think is logical fallacy. So you mean to tell me it's more reasonable to believe that we evolved from rocks than to believe that there was an intelligent designer that created? You'll never meet a person and walk them up to this car and say, yeah, it formed out of a tornado. You'll be like, nigga, Ford created that car. What is you talking about? It evolved from why? Because even science said that chaos cannot produce order. But because people are so blinded and so confused and so distracted by the glitz and the glam and the big butt and the this and the that, you on your way to hell and don't even know it. You don't even know it. So we gotta understand that I'm not the one. Thank you, but I can't take credit for that. It's all glory to God because I was in the same position. Like I said, I'm a 3-time murderer, and I'm not proud of that. But God is so faithful and just to forgive us if we just humble ourselves and acknowledge him in all our ways. You understand what I'm saying? He loves us that much. He's faithful. He's not like men who will lie to you one day and then stab you in the back the next.
Hey, can I get longer?
Shut
We're
up.
about to take a break.
I'm mad at you.
We're gonna let me spin a couple of records. I got a couple records I want to sing to crowd anyway, so you can spin on the show. This is deep. I told y'all that it was gonna be. She is definitely.
It's so
speaking.
Man. Feels so
You know,
good.
so it's not, don't just take this in your ear and just hearing it. Really take this in for real. Because you only get this once in a lifetime. So you know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know.
I ain't heard shit like this in 2020.
Hey, it's make it, you know what I'm saying? Our city was just sitting here like, you drinking too slow. And at the same time, I didn't take that personal or nothing like that, but I'm like, I almost can't drink right now. You know what I'm saying?
Because it's another spirit in the
doing
room.
something right now.
Wow.
But the liquor, I don't even care about it. That's always going to be here, but I'm not finna miss this. You know? And it's like, wow, man. just the tears
I'm so
and
glad we got
everything
you.
that's going on right now.
What
man,
you
this
say?
is definitely.
I'm so glad that you're here.
Man, what?
And
I'm
after
so
all these
glad
years,
I've
I
never-
was able to see you again.
I don't even know you,
Mhm.
but I feel like I've known you forever. And I want to tell you, man, just seeing you right here, right now, and able to learn and acknowledge the fact that you've been through these things in your life, and God has definitely touched you.
Definitely.
This is God, right?
This is God.
You hear me?
Mhm.
You hear me? Everybody that's in here right now, whether they gonna take it or not, this is God. You here for a reason.
The energy is flowing.
You have definitely
And I'm
changed
sorry.
the dynamic of my show, and it's great. I love this feeling.
Well, I'm happy that I can bring a little, you know,
This
Jesus,
was dope.
a little
We
Jesus,
could be
Yeshua to the station. You know, shout out to JC.
And P-Gang, hold on. You a Leo.
Damn, no.
Who a Leo?
When your birthday?
According to who? Listen, don't be trying to put that on me now. Who a Leo? Who's a Leo?
Hold on, P-Gang. When your birthday?
Why? Because you're not about to stereotype and judge me
No,
based
for real.
off
When
of
is your birthday?
Why you want to know?
Is your birthday July 23rd?
Why?
Because mine is July 23rd.
Well, God bless you.
Is that your birthday?
Y'all ain't about to get me.
Let me say something.
Lee was just going through some stuff over here. I was
Yeah.
watching, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Lee.
Nee was crying.
Lee on
I didn't. She right in front of me. I didn't even see her crying because I was
Let
crying.
me tell you
I
something.
looked over there, I looked to the ceiling.
Lee was over here going through something, and I let her have it because I didn't hear her.
Nee, why you crying? Why you crying, Nee? Her face is all pink and everything. I missed the whole.
That's how serious, this how deep it is.
I missed the whole thing. What's going on?
Let me
Huh?
tell you something.
Well, your birthday is your...
Wait, y'all all talking. I
That's some
can't
real
hear.
shit right now.
You touch so.
Because
Don't cry.
hearing your story literally just touched my heart. I kid you not. 2 weeks ago, what was it, a week ago? About a week ago. I was ready to take my own self out of here. So as you was talking about what you were going through with your stages of depression and being in your experiences in the mental hospitals and stuff like that, like it really, really touched me because I've been in that situation.
Mhm.
I've had
Take your
multiple
time.
occasions of where I just did not want to be here.
Mhm.
But hearing your story, like my first time of attempting was to do suicide. I was 17. I attempted to drink Lysol. So coming here and listening to your story and the words of encouragement that you just gave, like it's just amazing because like I literally at the moment of you telling your story, I felt like I was in a group therapy session at the hospital. And you saying that, and then like as you began to talk about the love, like I just thank God because hearing you, it lets me know that my brother and my big sister who motivates me daily, that's the love that I have, and then the love that God shows, and you speaking on that. I thank you.
Because sometimes, God don't just
You're
speak
welcome.
to that person. He speaks to people around that
You
person.
speak through somebody
Mhm.
to get to you.
To get to yeah.
So
That's why I
Yeah.
said what I said to you about becoming. You look like you can teach. And ain't nothing wrong with that.
Mhm.
That's what Moses was. He was supposed to teach. And that's why he came back to get his people and everything. He led them, whether they believed it or not.
And he was scared too. He was
scared
like,
too.
Lord,
He
what
like,
is you
this
doing?
Exactly. But this is something that the man is telling me I
Gotta
can
do.
Even if I don't believe it in myself, I believe what he's saying and he's leading me. So I'm gonna go ahead and try this. And once he parted that Red Sea, guess what? Everybody was amazing. Motherfuckers was grabbing and shit. Like, yeah, come on. He doing some magical shit.
They was like, the God of Israel now.
Right. Like,
Like, hold on.
Like, what did he just do? How? But at the time, it's like, don't question it. know what I'm saying?
I'm about to say that it comes to a point where don't question what God has
don't
meant for
question
you.
power.
But it's hard when you can't see it because you can't see it. You can't see it, but that bottle, City, you saw that bottle, didn't you? Hey, listen.
But that's why I said a lot of people, what do? That's anything that they can physically see.
They trust.
They trust
it. But God said, "I am the one who formed you in your mother's womb."
Exactly.
Listen, don't get me. Don't come on now.
Hey, look,
we at the radio station. We ain't in church.
No, it is though, because this is God's paradise. This is His kingdom.
Nah,
this is
man.
what He bless. He don't bless no mess. You hear me? These are the things that He blessed. So right now we sitting in here, and it's what, 6 of us? 6 of us, right? 6 of us, right? Everybody that's listening, everybody that's tuned in is getting a message.
Mm-hmm.
But get the message.
Get the message, and a lot of people gonna look at the
Because we ain't
messenger
saying we perfect.
and be like, "Nah, I don't believe her," and that's cool. God knows how to reach us all. So if they don't get it from me, they gonna get it from somebody else.
But you don't stop doing what you doing. You actually, to be honest, you can't. You want to. And you might think you
See,
want to, but you can't.
don't do that, cause
No,
I
you can't.
She ready to be great.
You covered.
You
girl.
said what?
You
She
covered.
ready to be great.
You covered.
I gotta leave me alone.
This is a cover that can't be uncovered. This ain't like a sheet or a blanket. This is you covered.
Well, can y'all stop making me cry then?
It's all right. These ain't sad tears.
I know. I just hate. I hate it.
Guess what? Every time it rains outside, what's the first thing we say?
Now, I understand, like,
Now, come on. Now, that is not the truth. Y'all ain't about to put superstition on God. No. I did too. You had to stick up. Or the devil beating his wife or something. No, that is not true, ladies and gentlemen. That is not the truth. Okay, read the Bible. Read the Bible.
Why do we got tears? Why do we got tears?
Tears are an outward manifestation of what's going on the inside, and it's evidence of those things unseen. Because if although we can't see emotions, all of us in this room believe that they are real. Why? Because we feel it. But if you go to a doctor and you say, "I felt the demonic presence in the room," they're going to be like, "All right, Ritalin, chlorophyll, Resperdal, she's a schizophrenic, demonic." Like,
that kind of touched me and almost made me cry. You see what I'm saying?
right. They ain't going to call you crazy then.
We can control our cries. That's why in drama school, if you can cry on site, they hire you. You winning.
You have to
But I can't just cry on site.
Me either.
I try sometimes. I be trying to.
You be trying to
see
cry on
if I
site,
can, bro. Let me see if I can do it one time. It won't work. You know what I'm saying? Some got to be in my eye for me to cry.
Shout out to the actors. Shout out to the actors. Yeah.
But for real, but you done been around some stuff though. And you've been like, and it be a feeling in your body, like it makes
Feel
you
it.
that way.
Even though you can't see it. Why you think, hold on, wait, let me ask you this, Royal. Let me ask you this. Why do you, and I want y'all to be honest, okay? Have you ever been in the basement, like doing laundry or something? Okay, just cool. You and your vibe. You know, it might have been when you was young. It might be when you old. I know it might be a little embarrassing to say that this happens when you older, but you ever been on your way up the stairs? You just cool. You walking, and then all of a sudden you get that urge to just run up the stairs because it's something. Because listen, hey, okay. Listen, everybody, is that everybody in the room? Everybody in the room. Okay. Everybody in the room. It's an impulse. And that way, let me tell you why though. Let me tell you why. That's because
Especially like why? Especially why am I in a rush?
Crazy, listen. Especially if you got them got spaces between them.
That's what I'm saying.
you've been done fell down the stairs. But listen though. It's only you in the basement. So why are you running up the stairs?
y'all ever get this feeling like
Speak on it.
when you walk up the stairs or you run up the stairs, it feel way different running down the stairs or walking down the stairs. It's almost like you get more tired running.
Like something pulling you back
when
from
you running
I
down.
mean, it's
You
great.
good. You be like, you hit them steps, man, jump 2 of them, 3 of them.
Cause you be scared. But listen though,
You be like,
What?
Why am I this tired?
talk about this gravity.
It's easier to go, but it shows in the world it's easier to go down.
Or you ever been driving? You drive somewhere and it seems like it take 2 hours to get somewhere, but when you get to that spot, you coming back, it feel like you
Hey, fast as it.
did 100 on the freeway coming from the same place.
It's weird. It's weird.
How did I get here in 30 minutes, but it took me 50 minutes to get there? How did I get there in 30?
But let me ask you this. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that starting out to go up the stairs, you're perfectly fine? But like a quarter to midway, you get a feeling that is so exponentially strong, it causes your physicality to react. It's like a fight or flight.
It's like a quick anxiety attack.
Because, so I want to know what is true.
You be the only one there.
You're the only one there. And it's because there's a spirit around you that is not, I'm trying to tell you. I'm telling you. I told you.
I know why.
But people don't think about that though. You know what I'm saying? People don't think that far. They just think, okay, I'm tripping. No, you're not tripping. What you just had was a. Come on now, it's something in the atmosphere that doesn't.
I was filming for real. You feel me? When she was talking about seeing some shit. When I was a kid, bro, my granddaddy house, bro. I don't know what. I guess it was built before I was born. You feel me? But the house is already big as fuck, and then he built a whole other side on the house, bro. So when you go over there, you going like, you know how you go down your steps going in the basement, right? You go down the basement steps, but the side door, you don't go outside. It's the whole other side of the house. Right. So it's not no heat over there. So he don't put one of these old furnaces, bro, that's in the cabinets with the little pole coming out that bit. Bro, it's just a TV, a bed, and that thing in there, bro. Wow. Right? Bro, under this thing, you hear all type of creepy shit, bro. Because he built it, it's like this high off the ground. But you hear all type of raccoons and rats running up under there, you feel me? So, anyway, I used to sleep on the couch. Now, the way the couch was, it's like this. I'm laying on the couch, you feel me? Straight through there is the kitchen, you feel me? Mm-hmm. Now through that lane, you see the deep freezer. We had the tall deep freezer, yellow, you feel me? But on this side of the kitchen, you got the motherfucking you got the refrigerator, you feel me? So you got the refrigerator, man. So every night, bro, I used to see this little green dude sitting on top of this fucking deep freezer, bro. I'm talking about every night, bro. And I'm not lying to you, bro. I did not want to go in the kitchen. Then I'm talking about I'll get up, bro, and throw 2-3 shoes in there, before, because my bedroom was upstairs. Right. Everybody else up there sleep. I'm down there trying to watch some shit. You know what I'm saying? We had the box and all that stuff, so I'm watching all type of videos, bro. Man, I used to see this little dude sitting there every night, bro. I'm talking about, it wasn't no, I wasn't dreaming, bro. I used to just look and he'd be sitting on top of the deep freezer, bro, before Leprechaun even came out. A little green dude, bro, sitting on top of the deep freezer, bro, the whole night.
He's talking about before Leprechaun.
The whole night.
But that's something for y'all to think about, though. Like, it's serious. So, but it's just
when he expresses this type of stuff, that people look at him like he crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
I ain't talking about that to him.
Medicaid, right?
I told my
thinking that we should be able to come to somebody and say, bro, I was just seeing such and such, and
right.
Not only would you should give me some type of embrace and help me through it, even if you haven't seen it. Why would you say,
you crazy, right? But let me tell you why though. It's because this world, okay, the people who are in power in this world invest trillions upon trillions and trillions of dollars keeping you dumb. That's why they putting chemicals in your food to keep you dumb. That's why they get you hooked on the sports, because when you get off of work, you already tired. They don't want you questioning where you really came from, who created the universe, if there's a heaven and a hell, if there's life or death. You know what I'm saying? So they invest a lot of money to keep you entertained and asleep. This is what all of this is about. You know what I'm saying? That's why God said, be in the world. You're in the world, but not of the world. And anybody who loves the world is an enemy to me.
Absolutely.
Because
So
they don't understand what's going on.
So I got a question for you, Camille. Like, I want to tell you something. I just want you to tell me what your interpretation of it was.
Oh, goodness. Here you go. Now, I ain't know.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, but I just want to know. I just want to get your feedback from it. So, my grandmother passed in late September.
Mm-hmm.
Had her funeral October, things like that. So, so one day I'm at the house. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm watching YouTube. I'm watching Detroit rapper videos and everything on YouTube. Mm-hmm. And now, mind you, my female friend, she was there. She was asleep. She was in her bedroom. So she was asleep. She was knocked out. But it felt like she got up and came and walked in, which would have kind of crossed paths. My back is here, couch is here. And I kind of turned around and I looked and I was like, hey, baby. So a second later, I got up. And when I got up and I walked to the kitchen to where I thought she was, but it was nobody in there. Mm-hmm. The presence made me feel like it was my grandma. And the reason why I say that too is because I kind of like her because she reminded me a little bit of my grandmother. But so that's why I felt like the presence was the same, but it was nobody in there. Mm-hmm. And then I went into the bedroom. I'm like, hey, man, I caught her light. She was knocked out. And I was like, wow. And I know that I felt something. I heard the floor squeak and everything, because right there when you walk through there, the floor make a little make like a little noise. Mm-hmm. I heard that and everything. Mm-hmm. And there was nobody there. So, okay, I'm like, man, I felt like I was tripping. That night, I had a dream that my grandmother at her house, she was at the neighbors next door's house to me, and they're elderly too, and they're going through sicknesses and things like that. She was at their house talking to them. And in the dream, I was over there for some reason, and I just automatically just seen her sitting there. And to me, it kind of startled me because I was like, hold on, Miss Clemens, Mr. Clemens, why is my grandmother here? My grandmother passed away. And everybody just turned to look at me, and then I walked out the door, and I kind of like started like tearing up a little bit, and then I woke up. I'm just trying to figure out, because to me, it's like, it just felt funny. It felt like something that was really beyond like a physical standpoint. Mm-hmm. The feeling that I had when I woke up was it was completely gone. So like, if there's anything that you could take from that, any messages or anything that you could take from that, what do you think it'll be?
I'm very cognizant, or at least I try to be very cognizant of the activity that goes on in my dreams, because I heard a great man say that, the things that take you, basically your dreams are the thermometer to your life. Your dreams are the thermometer and the barometer of your life, basically meaning that what is going on in your life sometimes will manifest in your dreams, because although we live on the physical plane, we are also spiritual beings, and that's where a lot of the spiritual activity take place. For instance, guys, have you ever had, dang, I'm mad that city gone. Have you ever had a situation where you tried to, how can I put it? Okay, let's say this. Any of y'all ever had a wet dream before? A wet dream before? You woke up like you were asleep, you had a real good sleep, and then you woke up to, whatever that situation. Yes. Yeah, you had an experience. I've experienced that too before, and sometimes the reaction, my body's reaction to whatever is going on is so strong that the orgasm is what woke me up. That is spiritual, demonic assault. and it's sexually immoral. This is where we get into what they be calling the spirit, the incubus and succubus spirit.
Right.
I've experienced it many times, but get this, because I was molested as a child and I was raped before. There was a time where I didn't want to go that route with a man as far as intercourse. So that's how I got hooked on pornography, because I was exposed to sexually immoral things as a child that developed in my adulthood as a unclean habit, and these things are used by unclean spirits. You understand what I'm saying? And so I noticed that when I tried my best to not to completely abstain from masturbation and pornography, I would probably do good for 7 days, and then guess what happened? I have a dream that I'm having sex with somebody. That is the devil planting a seed in your mind so that when you wake up, you act it out in the natural. But people don't pay attention to this stuff. Look it up. Incubus spirit and succubus spirit.
I had those every
That's why you.
So don't. What? No, shut up. What are you talking about? This guy, get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Speaking of what you were saying.
Somebody come get Sacred the homie. Somebody get Sacred the homie out of here.
Some little dudes on the
No,
west
because
side.
you did say you was mad.
I am, but
Figured
please,
that.
I'm gonna get you together
Yeah.
in a minute.
From the west killed my mama because she saw them doing something else to somebody else. This is in 08, so they killed her too. You feel me? So.
You gotta get off the mic, bro.
Yeah, I'm about to say, hey,
Get on the mic and switch out.
Yeah, come on. There you go.
Talk about it later. People hear about it.
Yeah, man. Real, man.
He supposed to be the cameraman. How we gonna get the video?
I already
How we gonna get the video? Have y'all ever had any spiritual experiences, guys? Put it in the comments below if you've ever had a spiritual experience similar to what we talking about. I'm sorry. Yeah, y'all can call in. So to answer your question, do not succumb to, don't be talking to nobody that appear like grandma and mama. I done had them dreams too. Don't, because what it is they're trying to lead you, those spirits are trying to lead you into necromancy. And necromancy is the communication with deceased loved ones. You think your ancestors is coming, trying to lead the way. No, the Bible says it is appointed unto men once to die, and then after that is the judgment.
Because when
it
I
also
said
says
something
that
to them, when I said something to them, when I was like, because I know how my grandma's neighbor's house is shaped.
Mm-hmm.
So in my dream, I was walking through here, and then here's a dining room, then they have a den back here. And when I walked through there, for some reason, I was over the neighbor's house. And I walked through there, and I seen the lady, and she really resembled my grandmother. And as I looked closer, the shape shifted into my grandmother. And I was like, hey.
Shapeshifters, yes.
I was like,
It's
why?
a thing.
I'm like, hold on. In my mind, I'm
whole
like, my
reality.
grandmother has passed away. And I'm like, why? This is what's getting me to wake up at this time. Because I'm like, why is it here? I'm like, why? I asked that question to them three. They're still alive. The neighbors, and Annie and Mr. Clemens, they're still alive. But she was over there visiting them like she would when I was a kid. So I was asking, I'm like, hey, why are you not here?
Yeah, it's trying to lead you
the
into...
look that they all gave me when I said it was almost terrifying.
You
to
wanna
the
know-
point to where I was like, all right, it's time for me to go. You know what I'm saying? I walked out the door, and then when I walked out the door,
It made you feel like
I just started crying. I started crying because when I woke up,
It was
when
so
I
real.
did wake up, I noticed there was tears in my eyes, and I noticed I was sitting there like, oh, because that's the first time that I really had like that.
And
type
what
of
that
encounter.
is, like I said, is that's your body having a physical reaction. There is a cause, but the cause is in the spiritual realm, and the reaction is in the natural. That's why I said what I said. I know what I'm talking about now.
With that
For real.
I learned this.
Don't be mad at me.
It could be just
I'm
your
mad.
grandma. It could be just your grandma visit you
Man.
and just to tell you like I'm good.
Ain't nobody visiting. Mama and grandma and them is dead, okay? I'm sorry. My mama dead. My grandma dead. Two of my grandmas dead. Mama and grandma is not coming. No, they not. Okay?
So
they're
listen,
not.
right?
Their consciousness is... No, they're
Listen,
not.
In 08, I lost my mama, right? Some young dudes on the west side killed her or whatever.
Sorry if y'all offended.
Yeah, it's cool. She was on her way to the store. She was taking care of her friend. He was going deaf and he was kind of blind. You feel me? So she going to the store, whatever. She taking care of him. So she saw somebody, doing something to somebody, whatever. So she kept pushing. You feel me? So they ended up seeing her. So they chased her, whatever, and shot her in her back. And the bullet came out of her stomach. My mama had like terrible asthma. So that shit just ended everything. You feel me? With that shot to the stomach. So anyway, I couldn't get no sleep. So that night, I don't know how I got sleep that night, but it was late, but I wanted to sleep. But I didn't see my mama as she was. You feel me? I seen my mama as when I was a kid, bro. Like, I'm talking about, my mama was young as hell, bro. When I first had that dream that night, bro, my mama was young as hell, bro. You feel me? And she was talking to me, so after that, like a few weeks passed, I can't really say, you feel me, what went on with them in them few weeks. But know this, when I had my studio in the basement, we stayed on Chalmers. My mom used to always come down and she had all her clothes in bags down there. She'd come through, get clothes, wash them and stuff like that, and ask me for the songs, like, that's your song, that's you? I'm like, yeah. She's like, that sounds nice. She always said the same line, you feel me? So one night, bro, I had a dream, dog. And she came downstairs. I was still doing music. She came downstairs, said the same thing. Bro, grabbed. My mama was short, bro. Like, she was probably knee height. My mama grabbed 5 big ass garbage bags, bro, and walked out with no problem, bro. And I went on the porch, and she was walking up the street, and I ain't never had a dream of my mama no more. My grandma was like, she was just letting you know she was tight. She gone now. You feel?
She going to another place.
No,
right.
You gotta understand.
And that was it. That was like in 2010.
You can listen to people if you want to, because I understand that provides comfort. It's comforting for you to have a dream. I've had dreams about my mom that were so intense and so real that I woke up and went, I kid you not, I'm not going to tell y'all a whole long drawn out story, but basically I had a dream that my mom was sitting in my grandma's room on the bed, and I got up to go to the bathroom, and when I went to the bathroom, I saw my mom in my grandma's room, and I went in there, we exchanged words, and then I went back and sat on the couch and went to sleep. Do you guys know that dream was so real to me that when I woke up on the couch, I woke up the same way that I had laid down in the dream, and when I got up, I went straight to my grandma's room looking for my mom. I really thought that I was going to turn the corner and see her. Instead, what I saw was my grandma sitting on the bed in the exact same position that my mother was. And I was so disappointed. I love my grandma. Nana, I love you. And I told her this. I was so disappointed that my mom wasn't sitting there that when I turned the corner, I just bust out in tears. And she's like, what is wrong? And I'm like, I had a dream about mommy and she was sitting right here. But what that is spirits play on your emotions for the purpose of leading you away from the gospel of Christ, the truth of Christ, the truth that reveals what's really going on in the kingdom of darkness, which is the kingdom that is ruling this world, okay, to lead you into necromancy, trying to communicate with your mama and grandma, auntie, uncle, them, cousins. They are dead, people. We all have to go through judgment. They are waiting judgment, just like we're going to be judged later. You understand what I'm saying? And so you can't get caught up in that, because you'll find yourself worshiping your ancestors. I got people in my family that, worship ancestors, and I wish they would stop it.
So do you think this is happening because of the end of days and the last days?
These are things that's been happening as far as like the dreams and stuff. This is why we have people.
Could it be a thing of just naturally just great sending you a message, or having like he said,
yeah, like
definitely sometimes.
She just left, and I ain't had no dreams since 2010.
And then his mom's in the passing,
right,
when you woke up and you found out your mom was, gone. With that passing, with the trend or the sequence of that we have with each other. Do you feel that's what that was? It could just be like instantly like you know how like you see movies like People listen.
Sacred over there tripping.
A lot of things in movies.
Have y'all had dreams like that?
You know what's crazy? Because you know how like a lot of things you see in movies, right? Hold on, real quick. Hold on.
Everybody got questions. Y'all gotta be patient. Okay, go ahead.
Before anybody stop. You know how you watch movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you know how like a person that have a dream, and then they wake up, like, oh, and then like let's say if somebody died in the movie, and then they show the other person, like the mother, wake up, and be like what just happened? You know what I'm saying?
But it was just a dream. Right?
It has to be the percentage wise. It has to be something in there to show that it's something related to like how you felt.
Yeah,
when your mother passed.
I ain't trying to talk to her. No.
It
I
has
just
to
sit,
be
watch her
something
walk out the
in
door.
Good
there.
for
It
you.
has to be something
Good for you.
in there to the point where if something happened that somebody you love or somebody that you connected to, when it happens to them, you feel it.
Sometimes it could be. I'm gonna say it's possible. I don't know because I'm not trying to interpret dreams or anything like that. But what I am saying is sometimes I do get meaningful messages from my dreams, you know, but I don't promote that. I think that those things are just for me until God tells me otherwise. But there are instances like when I started paying attention to my dreams, I started to understand why certain things happen in my life. Like when I made the solemn decision, I'll never forget, I was on my way to Tennessee with my grandma and my auntie. And I had been informed that sometimes it's necessary for you to verbally break spiritual contracts because the deeds that you do give devils and demons access to your life. You give them a license to come into your life.
They call it
and
toxic. They call it
toxic, right? Toxicity, right? So the things that you are doing is basically giving a license to the devil to do what he wants to do, and you've made a spiritual contract. And so before we went to Tennessee, and I went live, you know, while we were on the trip, but that night before we left, I had prayed a prayer and I said, you know, I come against every demonic spirit that is not like God, that does not bear the name of or the power or authority of Jesus Christ. You know, I come against you in the name of Jesus. I rebuke and I nullify every wicked spiritual contract that's over my life. You have no authority over me. You know, the Father Yahweh is my judge and blah, 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 blah. Up until that moment, my dreams were normal. And I don't even dream like that. But when I do dream, they're very interesting sometimes. I hadn't really dreamt up until that night. But that night, I kid you not, listen, this was the dream. And I haven't told anybody this. I wrote it in my diary and I forgot about it until I read it the other day. So y'all are getting an exclusive right now. Huh?
No, I'm sorry, nigga. You see the thing on top? No. Yeah, you want that? Yeah.
So when I prayed that prayer, I didn't expect anything miraculous to happen, you know, or anything worth noting. I will have y'all know, I went to sleep that night, and I had a dream that I was in a diner, sitting with somebody, about to have lunch. I don't know who the person was that I was having lunch with, but the waitress came and she brought me some fries. Apparently I ordered fries. And I said, excuse me, you know, can you hand me the ketchup? And she went to pick the ketchup up. And when she went to hand it to me, her face turned into like a demon. And she hit me with the ketchup. So I got up and I hit her back and we started fighting. But the end of the dream came before I could figure out who really won. And when I woke up, I'm like, I sat on the side of the bed and I thought to myself, I'm like, what is that about? And I heard the Spirit of the Lord say, the devils is mad. The devils is mad. And I'm like, because I broke the contracts. That is crazy to me. They try to because they can't physically attack. That's what I'm saying. Because they cannot physically make you do anything. But if they plant the seed in your mind, your body will follow. That's why people spend so much money on, entertainment and keeping you distracted, because they know that if they got you in your mind, they don't have to force you to do anything. You'll do it on your own. Thank you.
So was that because you didn't, like I said, you separated yourself with everything.
everything and
Like
everybody.
you say I was missing. You said a city where you been at, but is it good to say that you was missing?
I ran away. And so to the people that didn't know who I was missing, but God knew where I was and he knew why I was where I was.
So when you started to be do music in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
What was the reason why?
The reason why was because I've always had a love for R&B music. And I thought that I could operate in that industry and still be, I guess, approved by God, if that makes any sense. Like I felt like as long as I wasn't singing about anything that went against God's word, that I was okay. You know what I'm saying? But the closer and closer and closer that I got to God, the harder it was for me to follow suit. What is he going through? What is he going through?
He going through something back there.
Are you okay?
No, because me personally, as an artist, I done been on every type of platform. I done bumped heads and shook hands and rubbed elbows with everybody that was industry prone. And to me, the science of the music industry that I have found is to see the two things. When you get to a certain level and it's time for you to pop to that next level,
you serving somebody with the devil or the Lord. And your Lord, listen. And listen.
You're gonna have to be. You're gonna have to renounce God.
Renounce God. You have to.
God, or you're gonna have to be on some promo shit. So to me, both things are not an option. They're not an option for me. So this will cause me to back up.
From the industry.
For the normal eye, it's like, yo, you got the dopest music, bro. You've been doing this, you got 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 this. Why
you not popping?
No, bro.
Why you not popping? Because I refuse to
kneel.
I refuse to bow to Satan. That's why I'm not popping.
Definitely.
Everybody want me to pop so bad. Same thing.
And that's why I
We
was
both
over there
saying the
going
same
crazy.
thing.
This is why I'm going crazy, because from my experience.
Because right now I am doing something that I swear to God, me and my wife was just sitting around and we was watching
Medea.
I can relate.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell y'all something. I was sitting there and just listening to them sing.
Right.
Not the acting
Right.
part of them. Spoke so much volume to me, and the songs that they were singing out of the different hymns and stuff like that, it touched
got
my
power.
soul way different than any type of hip hop, R&B,
right.
or anything will ever do. And I said, dang, baby, it's crazy that we can worship the guns and the violence and stuff like that. We'll throw our hands up, but this music right here making me throw my hands up.
Listen.
You hear me?
It'll make you worship now.
Bounce and everything to this music.
Praise
It's
God.
so strong.
Tammy Man, bro.
All praise to God.
No,
The
you
truth.
Shout out to
Wait,
Tamala Man.
Tamala Man, the
Wait a
truth,
minute,
bro.
y'all gotta
Tamala
watch
Man
the
be,
moment.
ooh
It
Lord,
don't
she
look
done
like
delivered
Tamala
me
Man.
from some things.
I think she on that play. That's the bad neighbors or neighbors something.
Neighbors from Hell.
There it is. She on that play.
And she dope.
And she dope just like Tamala Man. She sound and look just because in that
Oh,
play,
that's her
he
daughter.
says
That's
it.
her daughter,
He
bro.
says it. She said,
She-
"Girl, you look just like Camille." Or what's her name on there?
Tammy, Cora.
Cora. Girl, you look just like Cora.
Yeah,
I don't
that's her
see
daughter
that.
for real.
That's her daughter in real life.
Yeah, if you look at her website, if you
at
look at Tammy Man website for her clothes, her and her daughter sitting there modeling her clothes.
That was my first time seeing her.
Bro, they cold,
And
bro.
she cold,
They
bro.
cold.
And when
They
I
got
tell
the
you
voice.
that the different music realm is different, especially when you vote. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. But my question to you was,
What's your question?
because you were talking about dreams, and I'm asking you this because I want to see what this means. When we have deja vu,
Oh Lord. See, now you going into my book. I write about deja vu in my book, but go ahead.
So you got a book.
listen.
I thought you knew I had a book. I brought you one. I thought that's why you brought me.
See, I don't know nothing.
I'm
coming to me with
I
nothing.
want you on the history of what
Us.
I know and what I seen.
Okay, that's cool.
I know you was promoting something.
This is how God works. You see, he never told me nothing.
That's why I asked you.
But I just spoke on something that she said in her
Are
book.
you ready to be great, baby?
I don't want nothing to do with none of you.
That's how deep the God works. Listen, I said I haven't seen you in years, right?
Right.
And you have to be on Moina Tucker show, and then I happen to reach out on you. And I just happened because I fuck with Moina Tucker. That's one of our brothers.
Your brother?
You share with us.
Small world.
Yeah, show us.
It's a small world. I didn't know that y'all knew each other.
Yeah, so when that happened and I seen that, I said, "Oh my God, she's back!" That's why I looked at. She's back. Like I thought you was like, "I'm gonna go back into music or blah blah blah."
He wanted me to sing so bad, and I'm not with
I
it.
just said,
I
God
just don't
works
want
in
to.
In mysterious ways.
That's what I'm trying to tell y'all.
It's a reason why you back in
y'all
our.
keep cutting me
It's
off.
a reason why you back in my life, man. I'm telling you.
This is why I want. And
Let
I
me
know
tell.
nothing
This is
about
it. This
or
is for
your
you.
book.
This is for you, City, because I thought, because you heard us talking about it. Listen, let me tell y'all. Let me tell y'all what's so crazy. Because you spoke about deja vu. I speak about deja vu in my book. Minimal, but it played a role in me coming to Christ and not just being a believer, but a disciple. So this is what I want to point out. This is how I knew. I mean, trust me. I had already had an encounter with the spiritual being. I had already seen my laptop move on its own. I had already seen a lot of things. But this, because I was so against writing this book, I fought and I prayed to God because I did not want to write this book because I exposed things that people would never tell about them own selves. Forget the spiritual stuff. I talked about my abortion. I talked about being molested. I talked about things that I never wanted anybody to know because it's not their business to know. But apparently, God has a different purpose for me, and you know what I'm saying. So, but when this book came back, when the cover came back, because I hired some lady, I think she's in a different country. She used a vector image, and she asked me. She said, "You know, do you want to do a photo shoot for your book, or do you want me to use vector images?" And I remember telling her, you know, at that time, I wrote this book while I was going through the spiritual warfare. That's why it's so thin. It's only 87 pages, and it's really an incomplete book because I just gave up I couldn't take it. So I just ended it, and I said, y'all pray for me. Because I was literally still fighting in the middle of writing the book. But this was what let me know that God was in it. If you look at this girl, this is a vector image. And a vector image is an image that they pull. I'm going to just say that was off balance. A vector image is an image that they pull from the internet and they have, you know, they get a license to use. So I don't know who this girl is. And actually, I think she's white because her hair is kind of fine, but the tint on it is what makes her look this kind of way. But when you look at this girl, and I'm gonna give y'all the book, I'm gonna give you the book, City, and then I'll bring you one, Royal, maybe when I come back. This girl has a crease, the same crease on her arm that I have on my arm, right here, on her left arm. Now I'm gonna give you the book. Do you see that crease? Did you see it on my arm? Now I want y'all to look at y'all arm and tell me if y'all got that crease.
You said the left hand?
Left arm.
Let me see.
Do you see it? Do you got a crease on your arm? I always thought it was because I'm fat, but apparently it's a confirmation.
I don't know.
Left arm.
Do you see the crease on the book?
Right here
On your left arm, right above your.
Right here?
Yeah. Do you see it?
I got
So many tattoos.
a crease right here.
That's why you shouldn't get tattoos, because now you can't see what the Lord trying to do for you.
But I think I have it.
I got this right. Is this right? I'm confused.
I can't tell on mine.
I don't see it on yours, but it might be because I'm too far away.
Hold on. Is it? I'm gonna walk up to you. Shit.
Well, I'm gonna tell you.
Now y'all all are examining me.
I'm gonna tell you one thing that.
Did you see it on the book?
Listen, I'm gonna tell you one thing that stood out.
Those
for me
are
right now.
veins.
No, this right here. You said this.
That's vertical. This is horizontal, just like it is on the
Oh, it's supposed to be a cross.
So when you look at that girl, because the book is yours, when you look at that girl, she has a crease in the exact same position going the exact same way. You see that
I see
crease
it.
right there? You see it in the book, right?
Yes, I see it in the book.
There you go.
So what really just caught my eye, on top of everything else that this book symbolizes in the beginning of the cover, is the title.
The title caught.
Awakening
The title caught your
Dark
eye.
Angels of Music.
And
I was just speaking on it.
Right.
So when you say that you had stopped and just said, "Oh, y'all pray for me." You said, first of all, before you even said something, the first thing you said is, "My book is not long."
It's only 87. You can literally finish that book in
You
a
said
matter
you
of
wasn't even
hours.
finished. But when God speaks to you,
You gotta start.
think about it. In the whole Bible, it's stories.
Okay.
But it started from Genesis, and if you just read enough through Genesis, you can almost feel revelation.
Fact.
Definitely in Genesis.
From the beginning.
From the beginning.
From the beginning. So her 87 pages or whatever
It's just
symbolize everything that you needed to say through the Lord that He wanted you to talk about. So when you said there's some things that you never would have said to nobody, you never, you know what I'm saying, had intentions on bringing this part of your life out to the world, it's enough for the world.
thank you, because everybody want me to write a second book, and I'm just like, oh no,
It's almost like,
oh
it's almost
no,
like,
I'm good on that.
give them this.
I'm straight.
Read, learn, and wake up to the first one, and it'll probably answer all the other questions that you have.
Well, that one. So my problem with that book is the fact that I how can I put it? I gave up writing the book before I made it through the other side. Like before I made it to the breakthrough of the spiritual warfare. So what you doing? You in the middle of an interview.
No,
Wow, this is so dope.
we was there. Listen.
I really need to pay attention to this program. I'm gonna definitely, it's already being shared. When I told you first that you came, changed the dynamic of my show, that wasn't to say anything, man. It's almost as I needed this.
I
was in
needed
the
it.
bathroom, and I said that to myself.
My brother,
because I'm like,
I was wondering why y'all kept getting up, going to the
Because
bathroom.
you gotta understand something, the way that the hurricanes, when I went in the bathroom, I really had to use the bathroom, but I wasn't understanding why I kept having to go to the bathroom.
Distraction.
Every time I went in the bathroom, I looked at my mirror to see a different reflection of myself. And I was just like, oh. And every time that I looked in the mirror, I said, I needed this. For whatever is bound to happen or finna happen, you giving me a sign that I'm okay. Because you covered through this young lady right here.
God covers.
You
He
know what I'm saying?
does.
And I'm like, wow, usually we be on here, we do what we do, which is not a problem. We do what we do. But this is our sit down. Instead of us talking, I'm loving, listening. And
Amen.
embracing
Glory to
what's
God.
coming from this woman.
Hey,
All glory to
let me
I
look.
don't want to over talk. That's why, like I said, y'all know I didn't say nothing. I was
You were so
stuck.
quiet.
Shout out to
Because I
Camille
was
Paige.
stuck. But I wasn't stuck because I didn't have nothing to say. It just wasn't.
Look, because at the end of the day, shout out to Camille Paige because she's going to talk about
What?
these
What you say
things.
that again? What you say?
Look, Camille Paige is going to talk about these things to y'all because this is personal for her. So y'all need to salute her for even talking about personal things. But Camille Paige is a great artist. She is a extreme.
Was a great artist.
Oh, okay.
ahead.
Was an extreme. No, Camille Paige, bless any of you rap niggas hooks. She'll destroy y'all hooks. Look, her own music is fire. Look, Camille Paige came to my video shoot. You know what I'm saying? Are you ready? She came to my video shoot. Are you ready, right? And Camille Paige literally
How y'all
was a
talking at
focus
the same
point.
Because he's not on the mic.
He just shut you up.
I'm talking real shit. I'm talking real
Like
shit.
I said, people run.
I know this woman, bro.
And they lack patience because they
And I'm not
Can you
just
take that
everything gotta
over
be
there?
so fast.
It's still
Everybody
strong.
wanna just
Thank you.
go. Sometimes it is best to sit down. And when then you are called to sit down in your seat, you actually want to look at that and take that seat because you never know what's in position
What's about to happen?
to get you
Where you need in position, right? God is getting His people in position
So I
now.
sat here, and no matter what was going on around me,
You was
my
listening.
focus was right here.
Gotta keep your eyes. You gotta stay
So
focused.
when I just said what I just said about her cover, the awakening,
Dark Angels music.
Dark Angels of Music.
And it's so funny. It's really not funny, but
Because this is deep.
go ahead, Royal, go ahead,
She
then.
said from the beginning, because me and your thought process was on that. She's
And I don't do this.
introduce
I don't do
music.
this on the show.
When you walk through that door, I seen everything that I heard from City. He said,
Why y'all all want to get close to me now? What's happening?
She was a great singer. She is a great singer. This is what he gave.
What is going on?
He never told me about the book. He never told me nothing about you. When you first came in, I said, "Did you download the music? Did you get the music?"
Yeah, that's
You're like,
what I
"Wait a
was
minute,
first
I'm
What
not
music?
trying to even touch
Music.
on music. I never came to you and even said anything about music."
Mm-hmm.
So even listening to our music, I swear that lady right there that was singing, that's a great artist. Should have been able to become one of the greatest artists. But she said herself, she said, that's not her. She don't want that. She left that long time ago. Do you know how many people that are R&B singers, rappers, and everything that want to be in the position she's in right now? And they will look at her like, dang girl, you
She crazy. She dumb. Why she ain't secure in the bag? And you got the music. You got the look.
I swear to God, this is what made me think about what I was talking about Tyler.
He done got hype. Now he hype. Look at him.
They are great singers. And they might have albums out and everything. But they great singers, period. It never leaves you. She's never gonna.
And that's what I told Mo.
Sing, cooking, and cook the greatest meal.
Was you on
She
the
might be
thing
in
when
the
I told
shower
Mo that
singing.
about my
You see
gift?
what I'm saying?
That it's not. It was given to me by God, so nobody
Absolutely.
can take
And he
it.
wanted you to
But
use
I.
it in something different.
No, yeah.
It is- that is music.
Thank,
hip-hop.
thank you.
Blessings.
But it's to the point that I don't even want to. I don't care about
Oh,
music.
because guess what
I
you're
don't even-
doing right now? You are an author. You're a writer. This is the greatest gift ever made. When you can write and people can read. Think about
I wouldn't
Malcolm
say-
X, Martin Luther King, everybody. Come on, man.
Your voice,
I would definitely love
The
to
voice-
sit here and read this book.
voice and words is so much powerful.
Than any track you can ever lay
They say-
in a recording studio.
Hold on, wait. Why you come over here? You had a mic over there.
Because he crazy. He doing
No,
too much right now.
I came over here for the simple fact of this. First off,
I don't know. I just
Hold
wanted
on,
to touch
fire,
you with
hold
that,
on.
because I keep
I
First off-
but I just wanted to touch you with
I
that, and I got
appreciate-
so much more that I can say.
First
We
off, I
argued
came
at
over
that
here
time, but
because we
welcome
all
back
went our
here
time,
anytime, man.
Thank
but
you.
also
You really set my show on fire, and I'm guaranteeing you.
One-
I'm in the number one spot right now on Swag
On
Radio.
Swag Radio.
This is the type of stuff that my listeners and my viewers need to listen to.
Well,
And 'cause I
amen.
speak this, I just speak it differently. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But as you can see, I'm woke.
I came out-
understand
I
why.
see.
I'm very woke.
I see.
I came over here for the simple fact of first of all distraction.
Shout out to Camille Paige.
I didn't want any distractions. I know we live over there, but I didn't. It became a distraction over there. That was the number reason I came over. Secondly, the reason I came to you is
I
to
talk
get-
about distractions in the book too. Go ahead.
even to get closer to you, because when I felt it, I honestly when I walked in the room, I felt like I should have been sitting next to you because of how far we go back and understanding and us having the ability to adapt with each other as far as energy. And even when I was sitting over there, what I say, one of the things was the energy is flowing. It went from me and you to her. To him,
Yeah, I didn't
everything.
even realize she was crying.
My-
and then look, I
my
handed her the
brother- my
tissue,
brother-
not even realizing that she was out.
My brother, listen, my brother talks. But my brother is a listener. And that's one of the traits that we have equally. I talk a lot, but he talks, but he listens. So with listening, it can, like we brought up earlier, understanding. Have an understanding with things before you understand what you're about to say before you say it.
Right.
Because a lot of people in life, they do things and they just react instead of listening to have understanding or have
to understand instead of listening to understand. They listen to respond or react. Right.
Exactly.
And it's important that we listen to understand. Are you okay?
Thank you, sir.
Are you okay?
My brother. This is my brother. He good. He good. So it's tonight. It's been beautiful. It's been amazing.
What is wrong with you?
Is something wrong with me?
You looking crazy.
I ain't looking crazy.
Oh, okay.
I'm straight.
All right.
What the fuck you talking to, baby? You my baby. I'm not. How is sacred to homie fucking shit up? I just want to understand.
No, he good. I just wanted to make sure he was okay because he was looking weird. I was like, yo, you good?
It's the energy flow.
Okay, listen. I'm sorry, y'all.
You my brother.
Y'all over
And
time.
I love you to death, brother.
We gon' end the show.
Thank you.
But it's a show. It's a show.
Listen to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not
Anytime.
interrupting.
Anytime.
I'm not the interrupt.
I promise you.
You're welcome.
Hit us up.
Thank
You
you.
are welcome here. You are family. You got a story.
Thank you so much, Royal.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry I didn't bring you.
Oh no, I'm
A
taking this
book.
one. He don't even know it. You take ties, I take books.
Oh, Lord.
This one I'm gonna do.
He's not going to let you live that down.
We get I'm just playing. I know. Hey, it's my time.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give
But I'm definitely gonna.
give him the book.
And it's also
And I'm gonna
free,
come to
too.
you.
Don't think that you got to have the tangible book. It's available for free. All you got to do is Google The Awakening Dark Angels of Music, and all of the links will come up. And it's free on Smashwords.com.
Oh, that's dope.
Shout out.
Smashwords. Yeah, it's free,
Y'all
so you
make
don't have
sure y'all
to.
tap in. She just gave y'all second again for people so they can know where to get this book.
You have to-
If you
have
want to
excuse
get the
my
book-
light skin, my light skin clientele.
It's okay. They doing their thing. But if people want to get the book, they can download it for free at smashwords.com and just search it, at smashwords.com. I think, is it Smashwords or the book? Smashwords. It's free. The ebook is free. I couldn't find a platform that would allow me to make the tangible copies free for people to just go and order it, obviously because of paper and ink. But it's available at Barnes and Noble and Amazon and the Book Patch.
We in there. I was just about to say, but
So without further ado,
We just run it
we gotta wrap up. So we gonna give some shout outs, and I would love to start with you, Camille, because
Shout out to y'all, man, just for being so dope. And shout out to my dad, Pedro. Shout out to my dad because he literally kept me sane throughout this whole thing. Like, shout out to my granny. Shout out to my sisters. Shout out to my sister Danny who did my hair, y'all. She got me, looking a little presentable and stuff.
shout out to Danny.
Shout out to Danny.
Shout out to Danny out there.
And I know I'm missing people. Oh my goodness. Shout out to, oh my goodness. I got shout outs in my book. So read the shout outs in my book. Because a lot of people,
That was so delayed.
that was super.
super late.
But it's all right. It's all right. It's all right. So, go ahead and say my shout outs first of all.
Amen.
Fights all my battles, even when I feel like I can fight myself.
Yes, he does.
Then I want to give a shout out to my beautiful wife for God has placed in her. We use this platform for everything. Any genre, business wise, just anything that's creativity. You know what I'm saying, or anything that people want to bring in. So so when Camille coming here with her story and touching not only just on her music a little bit, but she also had wrote a book of her life, of the awakening of, you know what I'm saying, the things she had been through in her life. It's almost like we're back in school again, with the real school where the teachers really cared about the message that they were giving to kids, you know what I'm saying, to allow us to better ourselves in our lives. So I want to give a thanks to you, Camille, just for blessing us with your presence, you know, behind the music and stuff that we do here on Swag Radio.
Thank you.
You have definitely came through and touched the hearts of a lot of people that you never probably met in your life. Like, I never met you and you touched me, you know what I'm saying? So I want to thank you for that, and I give you the utmost shout out.
All praise to Jesus Christ,
Then I want to say
Yeshua.
shout out to my Swag Radio, Swag Nation team. Y'all know we act the fool in here, but I just want to let it be known that sometimes it ain't about partying all the time. Just
Right.
So it's a serious side.
It's
to
a
this
serious,
world, you
yes,
know,
it is.
And just touching on that, just grabbed a hold of me and just let me know that this is the best party you can ever be in. You hear me? Beyond everything, we have drunk the fruits of some labor today. This was
Yes,
great.
you have.
You hear me? So let's continue to build. You know what I'm saying? And let's continue to teach. We need more leaders than followers, because right now that's what's overtaking our youth and overtaking our world right now. People are being followers of the designers and the different actors of this world. And we need to start being unitized and being leaders to be able to become unity again. You know what I'm saying? These different presidents and these different governments and all this stuff. We are all kings and queens. We were born this way. So let's take more steps into faith. You hear what I'm saying? And let's build. Let's build what God created for real, because we are made in His image. So I just want to say I love my people. I want to continue to grind and build, because I'm doing all this.
I love you guys
You know
too.
what I'm saying? And it's Swag Radio, it's Swag Nation. This is what we do. We are different. We are woke. So let's continue to do this, man. Shout out to Young City. Shout out to my nigga Saint in the building. Shout out to Rich. Even though City ain't got your tire, bro, but we spoke on it. He ain't got it though.
He is not letting that. He is not letting that go.
Oh, snap. He's still in
Right.
But he's here.
Rich came up here for his tire.
Yeah,
I came up for my money, my tire.
So those are my shout outs. I just want to say much love to you, Nene. You know what I'm saying? Number one, tools. We doing what we do, man, and I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Stepping in and taking that leap of faith. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people
Make
have
sure that my wife
release
album
release parties tonight.
Everything's balanced. You know what I'm saying? Even though we still got a lot of stones that we and hurdles we jumping over, you do come through, and I want you to stay focused. And I hope you got the message that you was needed, because guess what? This wasn't just for me. We all take it in differently, and I felt you, baby girl. I felt you, me, and I swear to God, that is one of the reasons why I was not talking.
I feel you too,
You
Nia.
hear me? I watched you. I watched you go through your spiritual thing right now, and it felt good to watch you and then listen to what you had to say afterwards. So I hope that everybody just got the complete message out of it. And if you didn't, just go ahead and watch it on my live.
You can't have a drink in the.
Download this app. It is Swag Radio with 2 G's. You hear me? On
Me
iPhone.
being me, I'm
Get
sorry.
outta
I'm
here.
sorry. I'm sorry, my brother. Don't he sound like a preacher?
Sometimes y'all just got the word that, hey, I'm speaking of the Lord.
I just want y'all to know that it's people out here who understand the unspoken things
There
that
it
y'all
is.
go through.
There
And
it is.
I was trying so hard, Royal, to keep it together when you told me about your brother, but I just couldn't hold the tears back because it was almost me. I almost didn't make it.
Also, make sure y'all download that app if y'all got a Android phone. It is Swag Radio with 2 G's 313. You know what I'm saying? If you got
Android
iPhone,
iPhone.
it's Swag Radio. You know what I'm saying? So, and make sure y'all
Sacred, get away from
Make
me.
sure y'all do what y'all gotta do. Make sure y'all download
Sacred.
Stay tanner.
Sacred.
You know what I'm saying? See, I'm finna give you the mic so you can do your shout outs.
I'm about to go.
We about to get up out of here.
We are?
Some birthday today. Happy birthday to my 18-year-old son, Roger Martin. You know what I'm saying? It's going down. I'm about to go cook some crab legs and all this crazy stuff.
You are?
Get it in tonight.
Love you, Danny.
Shout
What's
out
for
to
real?
Hey, ribs was the other night. You missed out.
Yeah, you ain't called me, man.
I still got some. See?
Y'all
See what I'm
crazy.
saying? And guess what?
And we gotta stop over here and get
When
some,
ribs
man.
marinate overnight, they
Because
still
I'm hungry.
the best.
I'm hungry.
You know what
I
I'm
need to
saying?
eat something.
Look Look at y'all just ratchet and
hungry.
hungry.
To our kids, and that's my shout outs, man. Let's just keep it moving, keep it positive, and let's just try our best to stay woke, because at any given time, this dark path that's over us can absolutely disrupt your life. So don't let nobody take you off your path of righteousness. Let's get it.
Amen to that.
You know who it is, man. It's your man, Young C.I.T. Walker, sending inspiration to you, a.k.a. the man of the hour of the month. Shout out to Camille Paige, bro. Like, oh my God.
Y'all done shouted me out like 3,000 times. Why?
Because God brought you there.
Now you sound like Mo.
The reason I say that is because I seen you on Mo's show, and I said, wow, where has she gone? And my thing is this, I interview 20 artists. You know, like we go crazy with the Def Jam artists, Universal artists, everything, and when you happen to pop up, you really just, my eyes just grew. Come on, girl. My eyes just grew, like in amazement of, and was blessed to see that you were still good. I was happy to see.
I was almost out of here, man. You keep asking where I was at. I was almost out of here.
And I know exactly.
But I made it though.
And I love that. And I love the fact that you're here, because this is most definitely well overdue, but at the same time, maybe it was the perfect time.
God's timing. It's definitely God's timing.
Especially our conversation. And you hit hearts. You hit hearts, you hit emotions, you hit, and it's love. You show it's love in the building, no matter what. I love that.
And I love you, Sid.
And I also want you to understand that you're not done with music.
How you gonna tell me I'm not done with music?
Because you're here.
I'm not here for music.
I never said you was here.
So how you gonna say that? Don't do that. Why?
Because
It's a whole bunch of people out here. No.
God has
No.
something destined for you.
It's a whole bunch of people out here doing music that y'all can love and get delivered
God
by.
has something destined for you. And you're here.
Okay.
Not only this is a radio station, this is a regulator.
Well, shout out to y'all.
So, even if it's a feature of anything, you're most definitely blessed to be here. In and out.
Bye.
So, I thank you for being here, being a guest. Thank you for being here, being as my homie. I love a friend. You did me.
Wait, homie, love a friend? What? Who love it? See, y'all be taking it too far now.
When I say lover, I'm not saying lover like we did something. I'm not lover like the passion we have.
I'm just saying, you got to be particular now.
Within the game.
You got to be specific for the people.
You don't close out. You go out.
So, I thank you. I look to see further things with you.
We gonna talk.
And
We gonna
this
talk.
book most definitely awakened. Is most definitely this was this is one of the biggest things. You might as well say this whole show was called The Awakening, because that's what it was.
The Awakening show, yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
You awakened me. Even I didn't expect a thing when we bring it up, but it happened.